Hi, so this is a quick demonstration of Acidentes-POA, which is a heat map visualization tool for traffic accidents in the city of Porto Alegre. We use the data provided by DataPOA, which is a public domain database for information of the city of Porto Alegre, which includes traffic accidents, which is what we use. So to set it up, first we need to clone the repository from GitHub. And the first thing we're going to do, and we're going to be doing this in background, is to generate a database. So while it does that, we're going to be using the CSVs from DataPoa, and from them we're going to generate a SQLite database, which is optimized for the searches, the kind of searches that we need to do. And at 400,000 accidents, we need an optimized database so that we can perform quickly the searches that we need to be doing while running it. And the other reason why we don't distribute the database together with the Git distribution is because it's 50 megabytes, which is fairly big for a source code repository. So, but generating, of course, is fast and you only need to do it once, so it's no big deal. It takes less than a minute. So it's almost ready. The data goes from 2000 to 2014, so we're almost there. So after it's done, it's going to generate datos.db. It's going to be ready. It's about 15 megabytes. And 2012, it was going to be 2013 until 2014 is going to be ready. So almost there. Almost. And there we go. Our database is there. To execute, all you need to do is run the file run.py. So it sets up this server locally, and to access it, we go to localhost. Default port is 5000, and there we go. This is the basic visualization. Essentially, you get a heat map based on the filter that we have it set. So by changing it, and for example, you can set the year of accidents you want to be seeing. Every change that you do to the filters, the heat map and the results table is automatically adjusted, adapted, and generated. So filter options include the total number of accidents, wounded, or deaths. You can see that the table will show the ranking of streets by the count of the filter. So for example, here the number of deaths in the year 2010. So Avenida Bento Gonçalves is the top one with a little more than 8% of all of those. And if you click it, you're gonna see the street position, and also it gives you a chart that also shows the results from 2000 to 2014. So you can make a comparison, a historical comparison. You can see that it changes uh, quite a lot from year to year. So with this specific um, filter. So other filter options include the type of accident, which can be, for example, collisions. You can, of course, like we said, change the year. So it's interesting to see the progression throughout the years of every kind of accident. You can also see by the month of the year. So specifically, let's say January. And you notice that as we narrow those filters, the number of results is reduced and becomes more specific. So let's generalize a little bit. Let's come back to all types, all months. Let's go to say 2010, count of accidents. And you can also filter by the day of the week. So for instance, Saturday. Let's also generalize this one. And and also you can be very specific to say that I only want accidents involving cars, and also let's say cars and bikes. So let's say I only want to see the bike accidents that resulted in wounded or resulted in deaths. So you can have all that kind of narrowing of information to become very specific and learn about the more dangerous areas in the city. which makes it very flexible. Also, on the topic of flexible, I should mention that we use Google Maps, and the heat map is also part of the Google Maps API. But still, even though the heat map is a fairly advanced feature of Google Maps, you don't need a developer's key, which means that you can just set it up and use it. You don't need to set up for a developer key every time you're going to execute it, which makes it very simple to set up. We haven't noticed any limitations as far as number of queries or anything like that, which is great, and also makes it very extensible. And we focus on making our code that you can download from GitHub to be easily extendable, so you can add information from other cities and adjust to fit other kinds of applications. So it's quite an interesting tool, a very simple one, easy to set up. So it should be interesting. You should really give it a try if you're interested in that kind of visualization. So I guess this is it. If you need to contact us or would like to learn more information, the GitHub repository is here. And I guess that's it. Thank you.